else you
Yeah.
got for me, friend?
Electrovia, my Canadian battery company, reported, and it was mixed for me because the stock's been a good stock. It's gone from low single digits to double digits. It's up towards 10. And they're working on a lot of new business. They sell batteries into the material handling space, forklifts for the most part. And, inside distribution centers, your forklifts can't catch on fire. It's better if they're not as dirty as lead acid batteries, and those are expensive things. So these guys have a high end, high power lithium ion battery that uses a proprietary ceramic separator that doesn't catch on fire. So they've never had a fire in one of their batteries. I think their oldest battery is now pushing 8 or 9 years, and it still charges up to 90% of capacity. So it has 10,000 charging cycles, and that's a good business. That gets them 20 to 30% growth. They have a whole bunch of new applications outside of forklifts, and they're going into defense products, electric submersibles, and where they need batteries on ships and in tanks and in they call them mules, trucks that carry stuff with fighting material next to soldiers. So they're getting all, and because again they're very long lived and they don't catch on fire, they're getting a lot of interest from the military, and they have interest from the ground service equipment for airports. And they have where it's still most of the stuff is still diesels, and the airports would prefer to have their ground equipment battery, any kind of battery, rather than belching diesel fumes on the tarmacs and while the planes sit. So it's a very logical use case for it. They're looking at heavy duty trucks. They're looking at earth moving equipment, mining equipment, and construction equipment with a Japanese company. So we tell them, well, they got a lot of irons in the fire. We need the irons to get out of the fire and strike something because it's fire. And we need the branding done. So it's they generated 20% growth. They said they lost about 5 to 10% of revenue due to supply chain constraints from the war. So the number could have been closer to 25 or 30. They said they reiterated they would grow 30% this year in revenue. And it's just their biggest opportunity is taking these batteries that have so many life cycles and have do not catch on fire, very significant. There's been a lot of battery fires in electric storage farms. They put them next to solar farms or natural gas plants, and they produce power at night when it's cheaper too, and then they sell it in the day. A lot of places now with renewables, you need lots of batteries. And when these storage facilities, battery storage, catch fire, you can't put them out. They've had to evacuate whole towns in countries around the world where they've had these battery fires. And since we don't catch fire, it's they should be in every. I told these guys to put on those flame resistant suits, get a flamethrower, go take a battery or two to the parking lot outside the window of the CEO of all the electric utilities and try to catch the battery on fire with the flamethrower. And he would show the CEO that, see, these batteries don't catch on fire. And they would probably get orders, but they don't have a single order from electric utility or the developers of these battery storage farms. So they've got to get into that market, and they're working on their product right now. It's in testing. It's in their property in testing, and they should have one by the end of this year. And they have a very logical customer for that. And if they got this customer, it would be transformational. Their largest customer for their forklift batteries is the largest internet retailer in the world. And that's not too hard to guess. Yep. And if that large internet retailer company decide to buy this company's battery storage system and enter into a contract to outfit some of their data centers with this product, that would be a massive structural change for the company's revenue growth outlook.
So
So
the first venue for your pyrotechnic display would be in Seattle.
yes, if they
Hi, I'm David Maris. If you like what you just heard, we've tracked every single pick we make on the show, every ticker, every thesis, every entry price, over 1,100 picks and counting. We put it together in a free report with our top 10 performers, the reasoning behind each one, and a preview of our full dashboard. If you want access, the link is in the description.